Hey guys, my name is Joel with High Gear Media, and today we are in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we are talking about Mercedes-Benz 4Matic system. Right beside me on this side is the new 2012 S550 4Matic, $100,000 plus luxury full-size sedan. And on my left here is the new CLS 550 4Matic. This is the four-door coupe, the second generation of the car that started the four-door coupe revolution. And today we're really not talking about either of these cars. We're talking about the 4Matic all-wheel drive system that is inside of both of these cars. And this 4Matic system is on its fourth generation. We talked about the 4Matic system this morning with Mercedes and learned a little history, and we wanted to share some stuff with you. First off, Mercedes has been working on all-wheel drive systems for over 100 years. Now, of course, they're not in their current form. We're talking about the Duesenberg and the Geländewagen and other vehicles that are off-road vehicles. Now, passenger sedans started in the 80s. Now, that was the first generation 4Matic system. We are now on the fourth generation 4Matic system. And just to give you some reference, the first generation 4Matic system was over 300 pounds in weight. The new one is 150 pounds. They've cut the weight in half. This also helps NVH, efficiency, and of course, weight, which also helps everything else. The original all-wheel drive systems were on demand. They pushed power when they needed it. Now we have power all the time. 45 to the front, 55 to the rear. That power can actually be split. It can do 30 to the front, 70 to the rear, or vice versa. So we can move that power back to front to help with the traction. The system incorporates 4ETS, and that's electronic traction system. Now what that does is it actually uses the braking system to help divert power and stop the wheels from spinning. So if you're going up an incline and half is ice and half is asphalt, your left side is going to be spinning because of the ice. The braking system can actually brake the wheels that are spinning so they gain traction going slower, while the outside wheels continue to spin at a slower rate as well. This is all electronic. Now that's a huge differentiation point for 4Matic system from Mercedes versus, say, Audi's Quattro system or Acura's super handling all-wheel drive. And the reason is those are mechanical systems. Those uses clutches and gearboxes to shift the power front to back, side to side, and that actually moves slower, it's heavier, they require maintenance. These aren't all downsides, but they are differentiation points that are very key in the way these systems are worked differently. Now, another differentiation point is because this doesn't have all the mechanical linkages, the actual converter for the torque is up in the front transmission, and that sends power to the front. It's incorporated into the transmission, which of course helps with that weight savings, which we mentioned, down to 150 pounds. The last thing we want to talk about with the 4Matic system by Mercedes is something Mercedes is very proud of. It's the lightest, most fuel-efficient all-wheel drive system in the luxury class for vehicles. Now, Mercedes actually offers this on all of their passenger vehicles, sedans, except for the SLK and the SL, which are both sports coupes. The price difference for adding a 4Matic system to your vehicle ranges, of course, based on the vehicle, ranging from C-Class and E-Class to S-Class and CLS. What we're going to talk about is, obviously, the 4Matic system itself, and that is really impressive. It handles amazing on snow. It moves very quickly. It's seamless. The NVH, you can't perceive that it's actually there. It just does everything. There's no clicking, there's no noises. We just flew around this track, and by flew I mean very slow speeds, of course. And this is an ice track on an actual pond, and it's shaved off with a bunch of snow. The cars would go around the corners, and I wouldn't let off the gas. The power would just distribute itself, and it would brake the brakes, which were losing traction for the wheels. And that made it so that I had no interaction. I didn't perceive what was going on. It just worked, which is very cool. Again, I'm Joel with High Gear Media, and this has been talking about the Mercedes 4Matic all-wheel drive system.